Thoroughbred action is presented by Hardacre Farm.
Hope you're tied on, everybody, for this Saturday, and it's a big day edition of Thoroughbred action on this November the 11th at Gulfstream Park West. Jason Blewett joining you from our Gulfstream studios. Veterans Day. Thank you to the vets out there, men and women, and to those currently serving. Stay safe. Thank you for everything, and come home soon. Got a lot of ground to cover on the show tonight. 11 races, so let's head on up for track conditions and weather. Ready to roll on this Saturday afternoon. 8 stakes here at Gulfstream Park West, and the weather is just perfect. We are fast and firm, partly sunny skies, and without further ado, we'll get right down to it. First of 11 coming your way as we kick things off on the main track. 3 and up, 2 lifetime claimers. Claiming prices are $6,250. We had no claims out of race number 1, and let's send it up to the birthday boy, Pete Aiello, for the call.
Racing at Gulfstream West. Good start for the Mess and Equity from the outside 2 gates. Here's the comebacker, Zach's Image, down toward the inside, and Zach's Image puts ahead in front. The gray, the Mess, is racing from second. Equity is out of there third. Then twice on Sunday, and Shiflet, it's a length back to Dreamin' of DeWild, racing ahead of Pair Tie, and Pegasus is last of all as they race to the half-mile pole. Up front, it's Zach's Image, in front by a half a length. The Mess is second. 3 wide and racing third is first race favorite Equity. Back to fourth is twice on Sunday ahead of Pair Tie, who improves around Shiflet, who's 3 in front of Dreamin' of DeWild, and the trailer is Pegasus. Less than 3/8 of a mile to go, and up front the leader Zach's Image, 3 parts of a length. Equity comes to call 3 wide in between horses. The Mess, Pair Tie tacks on fourth while 4 wide, racing ahead of twice on Sunday with less than a quarter of a mile to go. Equity a bit wide off the turn, but he has the lead. He'll have to deal with Pair Tie, who's charging hard in the center, and Zach's Image down at the inside. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Equity and Pair Tie go on. Here's a late run from long shot Dreamin' of DeWild down the center of the racetrack. Dreamin' of DeWild starts to get to Pair Tie, who clears from Equity. Time ticking away. Pair Tie in front. Dreamin' of DeWild up into second. Pair Tie wins. Dreamin' of DeWild second. Equity was third. Close for fourth. Give it to twice on Sunday. Over to Shiflet.
Number 4, Pair Tie, 6-1, just drilled this field beneath 5-pound apprentice rider, Nikki Figueroa, gelding by a former Belmont Breeders' Cup Classic winner in Drosselmeyer, trained by Aubrey Mirage. Pair Tie, well, there was no tie here. He was much the best. Race number 2 on the afternoon, the first of our stakes races, and we do it in style. The Juvenile fillies Sprint, 6.5 furlongs. Starship Bonita and the Rail Runner Silver Bay just took all the money.
And they're off of the Juvenile fillies. From the inside, Silver Bay gets the first call and blast right to the top under Tyler Gaffleone. From between horses, Lil Be Quick comes out of there second. Starship Bonita is third. Up on the outside and moving forward are both Frau Riley, and widest of all is Mary Elena. About a Dream is second last, and Weekend Mischief is last of all. But it's a compact group, no more than 3.5 from first to last, with less than 5 furlongs to run. Up front, Silver Bay leads by a neck. Frau Riley alongside second. Carlos Montalvo and Starship Bonita are waiting in the wings third with no place to go yet. Then comes Lil Be Quick up on the outside. Mary Elena. Weekend Mischief tries to find clear racetrack but had to tap on the brakes, and About a Dream is last of all for Alban Jimenez as they round the far turn. 3/8 of a mile away. Silver Bay still has the lead, still counted by Frau Riley on the outside. Mary Elena scrubbed on from third. Starship Bonita needs room in the worst way. Patiently handled by veteran Rainsman Montalvo, but he'll have to find some place to go. Racing ahead of Lil Be Quick, then Weekend Mischief, and they're at the top of the stretch. Silver Bay comes off the turn with the lead. Here's the seam for Starship Bonita, and the Stallion Series winner runs at the leader now with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Gaffleone and Silver Bay have something in reserve. Starship Bonita takes another run at her on the outside. 16th to go, Silver Bay and Starship Bonita. Silver Bay pleading for the wire. Starship Bonita's out of time. Silver Bay wins the Juvenile filly Sprint.
This was a big jump up in class and also a big jump up in distance from 5 to 6.5 furlongs, but the one Silver Bay found more and looked a more seasoned stakes winner in the eye and turned her back. This is a filly by Currency Swap who's pretty good. She's trained by William J. Hickey, ridden to victory by Tyler Gaffleone, and although she lost as the favorite, a good effort out of Starship Bonita, who just refused to back down. We'll take a little breather with the early double down, Saturday's third, and a whole lot of stakes when we come back.
The Pegasus World Cup Invitational is January 27th at Gulfstream Park, and that weekend we have something new, the Pegasus World Cup Betting Championship. I'm lucky to be joined enough by two guys who will be playing in this tournament, including
Ray Arsenault, defending NHC champion.
And
Hi, Acacia. I'm Ross Gallo. I'm a 13-time NHC qualifier and also a member of the NTRA Players Committee.
we're so excited for it. Join us here at Gulfstream Park. $500,000 expected pool, no entry fee if played on site. This is for the players.
And welcome back to race number 3, 1 mile and a 16th on the turf. This is the Millions Turf Preview, $75K on the line as we check out Enterprising and Galleon Mast as the favorites.
And they're off in the Millions Turf Preview. As expected, Charlie Mops gets the first call and tries to establish the lead toward the inside. Total Joint is away racing second. My Point Exactly moves up on the outside with Tutti Sano between horses. The three at the back are Galleon Mast, Enterprising, and Boss Man. They charge out of the turf chute and pass the wire the first time, and My Point Exactly and Luis Castillo going at it with Charlie Mops up front. They've opened a length and a half on the team of Total Joint and Tutti Sano third and fourth. Down at the inside, it's Boss Man, followed 3 wide by Galleon Mast, and the classy veteran Enterprising is last of all as they round the first turn. Up front, Charlie Mops is back for more and he puts ahead in front. My Point Exactly is now back to second. Total Joint is third. He's a length better than Tutti Sano, who races from fourth. And down at the inside, it's Boss Man. Outside in Galleon Mast, and a length and a half to Enterprising. Down the backstretch they go. There's less than 5 furlongs to run on the race, and not much change in proceedings with Charlie Mops in front by a head. My Point Exactly is there second. Total Joint is now third. Tutti Sano is still fourth. Back to fifth and Boss Man with Galleon Mast, and quietly ridden is Misael Jaramillo on Enterprising, last of the 7, and about 6 lengths off the pace setters as they round the far turn. On the inside, it's still Charlie Mops. Toward the outside, it's My Point Exactly. They've been in lockstep for 3/8 of a mile. From third and Tutti Sano, Total Joint looking for racing room. Back to fifth and Galleon Mast, who tacks on for Tyler G. 3 in front of Enterprising, and Boss Man is now last as they line up 4 across the course here. Raul Mena shakes up Charlie Mops and he digs in gamely. Galleon Mast to the attack now in the center of the racetrack at Enterprising with Tutti Sano. Total Joints up the rail. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go, and Galleon Mast puts ahead in front, but Charlie Mops battles on. Total Joint and Enterprising going best of all, and Enterprising mows them all down. Second was Galleon Mast. It's toast for third. Charlie Mops might have hung on.
And it looked like the gray Galleon Mast had this race won. He seemingly left Enterprising in the dust off the far turn, but Enterprising, who was just getting his feet beneath him at this mile and a 16th distance, rode late and picked him off. 2 consecutive wins in the Millions Turf Preview for Enterprising. 6-year-old gelding, who's pretty good by elusive quality. Mike Maker now 6 for 13 at the meet. Misael Jaramillo picking up win number 38. Your number 1 jockey in the standings. Race number 4 in the program, the Juvenile Sprint. 75 G's on the line, 6.5 furlongs on the main, and we go with the old 6-pack, a half a dozen, ready to roll as we send it back up to Pete.
And they're off in the Juvenile Sprint. Good start outside for Oh My Warrior. Reed Can blasts out from between horses. Up on the outside, Always a Dreamer now moves to be second. The favorite Wildcat Legacy is last to begin and now is about 4 lengths off the lead. Improving inside is Bulk Carrier as they leave the chute and head down the backstretch. Up front, it's Reed Can. In front to half a length, Bulk Carrier. Down inside is now second. Always a Dreamer is racing from third. Then it's Oh My Warrior. Wildcat's Legacy, the big favorite, is parked on his outside. He's drawn within 3.5 lengths of the lead, and the one not keeping up is Highborn. Highborn's dropped better than 8 lengths behind. They swing around the far turn and approach the 3 furlong point. Reed Can puts away Bulk Carrier and leads a length and a quarter. Out wide on the course, Wildcat's Legacy begins to improve. Always a Dreamer between horses, and they both move and move right now. Running on from the back is Highborn as they run to the top of the stretch. Reed Can at the quarter pole with a narrow lead. Wildcat's Legacy let go by Edgard Zayas. Moving up on the far outside is Highborn, then Always a Dreamer as they turn in. Reed Can confronted by Wildcat's Legacy down the outside and Highborn. There's an 1/8 of a mile left to go. Wildcat's Legacy strides to a narrow lead. Reed Can dead game and boxing on, but he's back to second as Wildcat's Legacy starts to get serious, and Wildcat's Legacy as the heavy favorite will win it, and win it by 2 in the end. It's going to be Highborn up for second, Reed Can third, then Oh My Warrior, and Always a Dreamer.
And trainer Ralph Nix has a barn full of top-class 2-year-old talent. Obviously, his Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies winner, Caledonia Road, tops that list. But don't forget Sutosh, and you can add Wildcat's legacy to the mix as this son of the late Wildcat heir was very good. He's a perfect 2 for 2 and had no trouble at all rating again and successfully off the pace. Edgar Zayas up. This is a solid horse, definitely one worth keeping an eye on as we get closer to the championship meet at Gulfstream Park. Just about to the halfway point on this 11-race card. It's the 5th race as we stay with the 2-year-olds, but we bounce to the turf. They are battling 1 mile, and Pete is standing by.
And they're off in the juvenile turf. Good start for the X, a good start for Seattle Treasure, and the gray Salambo moves up now on the inside, and Naughty Bowie taken in hand. He's a bit keen. He'll settle down behind the top flight. Bragg Dude and How About Them Pats move wide on the course and both try to get position ahead of Flying Liberty, and at the back is Ovechkin Yager. It's an ordinary early pace as they run into the first turn, and Salambo has a narrow lead while drifting a bit off the fence. Into second is Bragg Dude. The X takes a trail third. Up on the outside, How About Them Pats is 4th. Naughty Bowie is 5th down toward the inside, followed by Seattle Treasure. Flying Liberty is 3 wide for Jaramillo and 2 to the trailer, Ovechkin Yager. That's the 8 of them as they head down the backstretch. Up front, Salambo has an early tussle here with Bragg Dude. These two go 3 lengths ahead of the X, who's racing in 3rd. Naughty Bowie is 4th. On the outside, and How About Them Pats, then Seattle Treasure. 3 back to Flying Liberty with Ovechkin Yager. There's been no change in the plot with less than half a mile to go. Bragg Dude now takes an outright lead. He leads by an X. Salambo is there 2nd. The X is 3rd. Naughty Bowie is awaiting racing room from 4th. Up on the outside, and Seattle Treasure. Widest of all is a retreating run from How About Them Pats. Then Flying Liberty trying to get underway from the back. He's about 7 lengths off the lead. And the trailer is Ovechkin Yager as they round the far turn. Salambo has the lead. Naughty Bowie into the clear and moving up now 2nd. The X on the grandstand side is 3rd as they straighten for home. Seattle Treasure. He just got a split almost by mistake with an 1/8 of a mile left to go. The X now takes over the lead. Naughty Bowie tries to stay with him. Seattle Treasure and Flying Liberty are next. Final furlong. The X strides to a narrow lead, but Naughty Bowie's not done fighting. Naughty Bowie back for more inside. It's Naughty Bowie and Edgar Zayas with a narrow lead. The X one more time. Very, very close. Too close to call. Heads bobbing up and down in the juvenile turf.
There was an inquiry, an objection. Stewards adjudicated this one quite a while, but in the end, they left the cutely named one horse, Naughty Bowie, on top. Gelding by Mizzenmast, who had run nearly a handful of times, but all of his races against open company out of town. His debut against Florida Breds and debut for trainer Lily Kurtnitz, a winning one with Edgar Zayas up as the big favorite. Man, he took all the late money and was really game over the X for Bob LaPenta. 5 down, 6 more to go. Rainbow 6 and a whole lot more after this break.
A passion for horses and a commitment to breed champions is the foundation of Hardacre Farm. Founded in 1999 by Amy Tarrant, owner, breeder, and trainer, Hardacre Farm, now based in Ocala, continues its tradition of success. From the Breeders' Cup to Gulfstream Park, Hardacre Farm, from the breeding shed to the racetrack, in pursuit of producing the best.
We have to take care of these horses that, give us so much joy.
Being accredited by the TAA gives us instant credibility.
People trust us even more than they have before because they know that the TAA has been to all of our locations and that our horses are well cared for.
I mean, this farm wouldn't look the way it is, these horses wouldn't look the way they are if it wasn't for the generosity and the hard work of the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
They've united our whole industry in terms of the aftercare movement.
We're all working together for the same purpose.
And we are back, race number 6 on this Saturday program. Again, key dress rehearsals on the card for the January 20th Sunshine Millions at Gulfstream. $75K in the Million Sprint Preview. 8 set to go, and a solid field of sprinters.
And they're off in the Million Sprint Preview. Last in, first out, Thanks God blasts away to take the early advantage from Sunshine and Shadow, and Your Dreams Are Mine comes away in the top flight. Down inside, Splash Rules. Quixote is also in that firing line. Out wide on the course is Apache Brave. The top 5 separated by a length and a quarter. Off the speed is Sweet on the Ladies, second last, and Sunshine and Shadow had an alert beginning, but is last of all with half a mile to go. Up front, on inside, Your Dreams Are Mine goes at it with the rail running Splash Rules. Out 3 wide and Quixote, then back to Thanks God. Apache Brave is 4 wide. Sweet on the Ladies is saved ground, and 3 to the trailer, Sunshine and Shadow. Still anybody's race with a 5/16 sprint to the money. Up front, they line up and stack up. Quixote and Jose Bautista, the first to make an aggressive move. Splash Rules is down at the inside, outpace now and trying to run on to Sweet on the Ladies. Outside, Apache Brave as an upset possibility. They straighten away for home. Many chances here. Quixote comes away with the lead. Splash Rules set down driving and re-rallying toward the inside, down the center. Sweet on the Ladies and Your Dreams Are Mine. Final 16th of a mile. It's Quixote who has the lead for Jose Bautista. Splash Rules is back to second, then Sweet on the Ladies. Quixote won it. Quixote for Armando de la Cerda and Jose Bautista get the victory in the Million Sprint Preview. It's close for second. Splash Rules are Sweet on the Ladies.
Quixote has really run well in his 3 races to date now since transferring to trainer Armando de la Cerda's barn here in South Florida. This is a horse who most recently was 5th behind Breeders' Cup Sprint runner-up Imperial Hint, and he was sharp today. Man, he was really good. Son of Pomeroy for Midwest Thoroughbreds, Armando de la Cerda, and Jose Bautista getting it done in the Million Sprint Preview. Race number 7 on the afternoon. Turf has been a big part of the game on this Saturday at GPW, and it's no exception here as we head back to the green in a big field of maiden claimers. These are 2-year-olds running for tags at $20,000 as we start the late pick 5.
And they're off. Slight hop in the air at the start for Calypso Deep. Good start for He's a Leader, who hits the ground running, moving between horses. High Flying Guy comes away to race in second. Accolade, the big favorite, is out of there in good shape. He'll land third. Up on the outside is Poquito Loco taking over fourth. Silent Citizens at the rail. Out wide is Dazzling Pros with Berlin Rocket between horses. Then back to the inside and Crown to the Gold. He's dropped better than 7 lengths off the lead. Big Bad Joe is at the back with Sold Out Storm as Calypso Deep improves inside. They're on the first turn, and up front, the leader is High Flying Guy and Marcos Meneses by a length and a half. He's the leader, is racing in second. Accolade, the big favorite, on the outside is third. Back to fourth is Poquito Loco. Down inside is Silent Citizen. Jimenez has the first timer about 4 lengths off the lead with 5 furlongs to go. Calypso Deep is following that move. Then down inside goes fellow firster Berlin Rocket, racing ahead of Crown to the Gold. He's improving in the gold colors ahead of Sold Out Storm. Now moving up from the back is King of Fright with Dazzling Pros, and then it's a gap of 3 to Big Bad Joe. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn, and with the lead now, High Flying Guy's been there from the outset and leads a length and a quarter. He's the leader, is second. Down inside, and Accolade needs way through. Silent Citizen's going to go around. He's now putting in a charge as they round the far turn. Not going on at all there was Calypso Deep as Silent Citizen and Alban Jimenez come away with the lead. In between horses, Accolade will have an opportunity now, these two. And down inside, it's still High Flying Guy with a shot. 1/8 of a mile left to go. First run to Silent Citizen, moves away 2.5. Crown to the Gold, charging hard on the outside in second. Late run from Sold Out Storm, but as they come to the wire, Silent Citizen and Alban Jimenez are heating up in South Florida. They won it by 3.5. Crown to the Gold was second. Third was Sold Out Storm. Fourth, Accolade.
And just a non-effort at crunch time for the 1 to 5 favorite in this field of 12 from the number 5, Accolade, who's out of the trifecta, and the upset win almost like a runaway bull off the far turn. The 1, Silent Citizen, owned by Mike Anderson, trained by Efren Loza Jr., first time starting 2-year-old by Hat Trick out of a Proud Citizen Dam. Alban Jimenez up in 35-20, a gigantic upset, the biggest so far on the card. Race number 8 puts the spotlight firmly and squarely on the fillies and mares and the Millions Distaff, 7/8 of a mile on the main track, and Ralph Nix is right back at it with Gaffleone as they look to stay perfect with the number 7, Mama Joyce.
They're off. Good start outside for Money or Love. Lyrica begins well. Mama Joyce in the center has speed. April Gaze is not far away. In fact, the entire field is separated by about 2.5 as they exit the 7 furlong chute. Stormy Embrace comes to confront April Gaze with the top spot. Moving up on the outside, Lyrica is now 2 lengths off the lead. Yes, I'll go poking through in the 2 path. Ava London is at the rail. Mama Joyce is also in that top flight of runners. In fact, she's only a half length behind. From between horses, it's Who's the Lady, followed between by Sweet Khaleesi. Lyrica's out wide, then Money or Love. The 2 at the back are Sweet Distinction and Lucky Switch. Past the half mile and moving to the far turn, Stormy Embrace and Wilmer Garcia now 3 parts in front. Mama Joyce is there second, moving up on the outside and still right there third, trying to run on a bit now. That's April Gaze. Then it's a gap of 2 lengths back to the outside, and Lyrica, she's very much in range for her. She's all the way up into 4th and traveling pretty well as they run to the top of the stretch. There's a 1/4 mile left to go. Stormy Embrace has the lead. April Gaze to the attack. Lyrica, the one to deal with, 3 wide on the outside. Mama Joyce is back to 4th, and yes, I'll go. 3/16 to go on the outside. Lyrica from between horses. April Gaze still right there with 1/8 of a mile left. Stormy Embrace and a late run from For Money or Love. Lyrica over the top for a short lead, but April Gaze is dead game. Lyrica and April Gaze. April Gaze fighting on. Lyrica one more time. Lyrica won it. She took her sweet time grinding out the victory, but grinded out she did over April Gaze under Marcos Meneses.
Favorites came up empty, but this turned out to be one heck of a horse race with a couple of fillies who had outside posts. The 11 Lyrica, who gamely put away the 9 April Gaze in deep stretch, were both towards the outside, but both left it all on the racetrack today at Gulfstream West. Here's a filly by Cantharos named Lyrica, trained by Antonio Sano and Marcos Meneses, the winning rider of Lyrica. Very challenging start to this late pick 5 and Rainbow 6. In fact, about 150 live Rainbow 6 tickets remain as we get on to the 4th leg in the sequence, race number 9, a 2-turn mile, the Juvenile Fillies turf, and back to Pete we go.
And they're off in the Juvenile Fillies turf. Good start for Fun and Games. Up on the outside, Valid Interest has speed. Moving between horses is Spicy Nelly not far away as they charge out of the chute and pass the wire the first time. Even Dancing Starlet makes it a party as Dancing Starlet goes at it with Valid Interest and Spicy Nelly. Taking back was Fun and Games. Homemade Salsa is 3 wide. Annabella Queen is at the inside. She's only about 3 lengths off the lead, while a bit keen. Then back to Unstable in the Morning ahead of Tropical Running. Second last is Gift of Glory, and Sunshine Treasure is last of the lot as they round the first turn. Straightening out for the run up the backstretch, Spicy Nelly leads by a neck. On the outside, Dancing Starlet is second. Racing 3 wide, while third is Valid Interest, then Homemade Salsa and Annabella Queen. They're both getting good runs of it, 4th and 5th respectively, about 2.5 lengths off the pace setter. Fun and Games is next ahead of Gift of Glory. Bautista puts Unstable in the Morning 3 wide. Now improving from second last is Sunshine Treasure, and Tropical Runnings is last of the 10 with less than half a mile to go. They swing to the far turn. Dancing Starlet keeps the pressure on Spicy Nelly up front. Racing from third is Annabella Queen. She'll need a way through. Homemade Salsa's on her outside. Gift of Glory is into 5th and trying to continue a sustained run. 3 in front of Fun and Games. Then Sunshine Treasure and Unstable in the Morning, and now the pace quickens. They run to the top of the stretch, and Spicy Nelly maintains control. Homemade Salsa to the attack. Dancing Starlet is next. Annabella Queen still looks for room for Alvarado Jr. Tried to thread the needle and secures racing room toward the rail, but Homemade Salsa has the momentum and takes the lead. Unstable in the Morning with a late run. Annabella Queen toward the rail and Gift of Glory. Homemade Salsa kicking away under Tyler G. Annabella Queen a final surge on the outside, but Homemade Salsa won it for Mike Maker and Gaffleon by 2. Annabella Queen was second. Unstable in the Morning third, then Gift of Glory, Spicy Nelly, and Sunshine Treasure.
She was a big favorite, and some might argue maybe a little overbet, but it didn't matter. 4 to 5 aside, the number 7 Homemade Salsa's got some talent, got some class, had the connections for Gaffleon and trainer Mike Maker, and she easily pulverized this field. A really good turf debut from this 2-year-old filly by Two Step Salsa, who recently had finished second behind the 3rd place finisher in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, the one and only Blonde Bomber. We'll send it back up to the birthday boy after this final timeout. It's all about the late double here on Thoroughbred Action when we return.
I'm Javier Castellano.
I am Joel Rosario.
I'm John Velasquez. For the first time ever, the Clásico del Caribe will be at Gulfstream Park. Entertainment, special events, and the best horses from Latin America and the Caribbean, right here in South Florida.
right here in South Florida. It's a thriller, it's a popular, it's an international, the Clásico del Caribe. It's coming to Gulfstream Park.
The Clásico del Caribe is coming to Gulfstream Park on December 9th.
I'll be there. Will you?
Crossing the finish line for the last time can mean an uncertain future for many horses. Recognizing the need for a dignified retirement, the racing industry has made racehorse aftercare a top priority. In partnership with Gulfstream Park and the Florida Horsemen's Association, Florida Track provides retraining and adoption services for retired racehorses. Thanks to their efforts, the end of a racing career can signal the beginning of a new career in show jumping, trail riding, police work, even therapy for children and veterans. However, good intentions do not come without cost. As a nonprofit organization, Florida Track relies on tax-deductible donations and volunteers to help pay for feed, training, housing, and veterinary care. To find out how you can help, contact Florida Track today. Your support will go a long way towards a new beginning.
And down the stretch we go. Just two more to bring you on the show tonight, and glad you're still with us as we get on to the final of the 8 stakes today. It is race number 10, the $75,000 guaranteed Millions Classic Preview. The favorite is the number 7, Mr. Jordan, who's out for a successful title defense.
And they're off in the Millions Classic Preview. Good start in between horses for Richard the Great. Up on the outside, Jaden's Best moves forward. Mr. Jordan's not far away. Edgar Zayas allows him to find his feet. Now moves up into a joint second. Down inside, that's High Riverside, followed by Joshua's Comprise and Zipping. And Beneficiary is in the cluster of horses as well as they charge around the first turn. It's Jaden's Best in front to half a length. Mr. Jordan is second. High Riverside is third. Richard the Great won the start, but he's backed off to race in fourth ahead of Beneficiary in fifth. Then Joshua's Comprise, Zipping, and Red Crescent. To the backstretch they roll. There's 6 furlongs left to run on the race, and up front, Jaden's Best has company from Mr. Jordan on the outside. 2 back to the team of High Riverside and Richard the Great. They're together third and fourth past the 5/8, working ahead of the team of Beneficiary and Red Crescent. Then 2 back to Zipping, who's second last, and the veteran Joshua's Comprise lumbers along in the 8th and last position with half a mile to go. Mr. Jordan's put away Jaden's Best, and he goes into the far turn, widening his advantage to 2 lengths. Richard the Great, the chief challenger, is up into a contending spot. He's now being asked to quicken too. He's up into second, racing from fourth and High Riverside ahead of Beneficiary and Red Crescent. Around the far turn they go, 5/16 away, and Mr. Jordan has a 3-length lead to work with Richard the Great clearly second. The rest will have to hurry up, led by Red Crescent and Beneficiary with High Riverside, and they're at the top of the stretch. Mr. Jordan turns first with the race to win or lose. He leads it by 2. Richard the Great is second. Back to third is Jaden's Best, then Beneficiary and all the others. But inside the final furlong, he's getting set to make it 4 for 4 in Miami Gardens. He was the man, he is the man, and nobody's beat him yet. Here's Mr. Jordan, an easy winner of the Millions Classic Preview, wrapped up by Edgar Zayas and 6 in front. Second was Richard the Great, third was Zipping. They can't beat him in Miami Gardens. It's Mr. Jordan.
Week and a half after Halloween, I get that, but boy, did Mr. Jordan look like a gray ghost down the stretch. He was just so dominant today. This win in the Classic Preview was a successful title defense, and he's now a perfect 4 for 4 over the main track at Gulfstream West. Eddie Plesa Jr.'s horses have been running great since shipping in from Jersey. Edgar Zayas has had himself a big day. That was his 3rd winner on the card. Let's move on to race number 11 as we close things out. We're on the turf for the nightcap. Field of 12 going 7.5 furlongs in this 3-up $8,000 claimer.
And runners away. Good start for Weeza Gone Gray. Another Gray, Wild Mongolia, moves with him in the early stages. And away down toward the inside is Metz. He's not far away. These 3 across the course. Albert Charles is next with Gear Jammer tugging between horses. Ginger Goose, he's at the rail. Then it's a length and a half back, dropping over from the high draw is Dominate. He's about 7 lengths off the lead ahead of Telling Tony and Valordu. Out 3 wide on the course is Zippy Zappy, and it's 4 to the trailer, Sea Cookie. Around the first turn, and now they head into the backstretch run. And up front, the leader, Weeza, Gone Gray, by a length and a quarter. Wild Mongolia is second. Gear Gemmers together with Mets third and fourth. At the inside, it's Ginger Goose, who follows along fifth ahead of Albert Charles and Dominate. Then comes Fan Base on his outside, and racing up about 6 lengths off the lead is Zippy Zappy. Valordu in the red color starts to work home a bit. 2 in front of Telling Tony, and 3 to the trailer, Sea Cookie. That's the 12 of them with less than half a mile to go as they swing to the far turn. They've yet to go get Weeza, Gone Gray. He leads a length and a quarter. Wild Mongolia is second on the outside, and Gear Jammer from third. Back to fourth is Mets. Trying to run on from the inside is Ginger Goose. Out 3 wide is Dominate. A length and a half in front of an improving run coming from Zippy Zappy. He could be heard from with a quarter of a mile left to go. Weeza, Gone Gray comes off the turn on a 2-length lead. Down the outside and Zippy Zappy from between horses Dominate. Fan Base is up the inside and weaving through traffic. There's an 1/8 of a mile left to go, and Weeza, Gone Gray. He's still finding Wild Mongolia, and Fan Base charging hard. Fan Base trying to get Weeza, Gone Gray. Weeza, Gone Gray. Weeza, Gone Gray survives and beats Fan Base narrowly with Wild Mongolia third.
You won't find them tougher or more honest, and certainly more speedy than the number 7, Weeza, Gone Gray, who just rolls as fast as he can for as long as he can. And it was close, but he was saved by the wire today. Real likable 4-year-old son of Dunkirk. Edgar Zayas, a hot hand, swept the late double, won 4 on this Sunshine Millions preview Saturday. And the winning trainer of Weeza, Gone Gray was Javier Negrete here in the nightcap. And that's it. A terrific day of racing here at Gulfstream Park West. We are down to the final quarter left of this 40-day meet at GPW. We do it all again Sunday with an 11-race card that begins at 12 noon. Good night, everybody.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired.